Well guys, so we're here today in my messy garage. Right, we're going to fit a Berley probe Orb Light to the kayak. Right, so we've obviously got the Orb Light on the end of a starport mount. There's some of the wires that came with the Orb Light down there. FPV battery we're going to hook it up to. This also runs my live well. Inline switch, a splitter to split the connection up, new plug to fit on, some heat shrink, some solder connectors with heat shrink, and the way I'm going to mount it on, I like to have it movable so I can move it around the place. And so I'm going to hook it up to, I've got a Hobie universal mount with the starport mount on top of that, and of course we're going to need a heat gun at some point when we get to the soldering. So let's have a go and start fitting it. So I'm going to run it off an FPV battery. Now, as I said, I use this for my live well as well. I like to keep it in the bandage seat bag here. That way it's all nice and easily removable into the top. I'm going to run the splitter cable off the end of that. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to use these heat shrink connectors. They've got a little bit of solder just in the center. So all we have to do is hold the wires. Get my cameraman to stop moving around there. We just go past each other. We get our heat gun. Make sure you get them just sitting past each other. If you're looking in closely there, you'll be able to see the solder starting to melt, and it's melting in around those wires while the heat shrink sinks in around them too.
Done?
Almost going to do a second one. Right, so we're going to do a second one on the negative. We'll do exactly the same thing. The cameraman here can't help himself. Right now, a critical tip there, you can see I've put another piece of heat shrink on the line before I started putting this together. Right, so I can slip that over the top of this joint and then seal it up. Done again. Let this one down now onto it. Right, now we've got both of those soldered on. And the cameraman wants to come in close there. Right, you can see how that solder's melted down both. We've got a nice tight connection there. Right, we'll just slip the other heat shrink down over the top of the whole thing. Make sure we... This heat shrink's just a touch too big, but it should be okay. It was all we had, so it'll do the job. And we're moving the heat gun around it a bit so we're not heating one spot too much. And we can see how it's shrunk down, and we have a nice sealed join there. Alright, so all that remains for us to do, I've got the wire around to the top there. I've just got to hook that up to the battery port there. And when we switch this on, there is our all-round white light. You can see up there, glowing nice and brightly. Right, and we've got it all off the. We've got one of the FPV switches we got from James. Right, so you can see we can actually control that from there. And that's it. There's my cameraman who's now playing with everything. Alright, and that's how to wire up an Orb Light on a Hobie. Nice and simply, and I'll be back there with my live well.